Hey guys, founder of SudzBox. My name is Jesse Aquino. I'm here to show you guys over here an example of using our products. We have some type of bird etching stain, or I'm not sure what it is, but it's an etching in the paint. So we're going to be using SudzBox Delete that we have here. This is going to have abrasives to help cut down. And another thing I wanted to talk about was actually contamination on the paint. As you can tell, this whole paint is just jacked. And usually you need to clay the paint before you polish or compound, but I'm going to show you guys what exactly happens when you don't do that, just in case you want to see what happens. What we're going to do is we're going to use a microfiber cutting pad on this Rupes LHR 75E. This is a 3-inch machine. I believe it's a 4-inch Meguiar's microfiber cutting pad. I love to use this when cutting. So what we're going to do now is we're going to use Delete. Now we've already pre-primed this pad, so we're just going to put the actual product on here, but I want to show you exactly what happens when you don't clay your car. So when you compound, that's usually all you really need, and you guys can see the pad already is gray. So I was doing this demo before, I want to show you. So what we're going to do, now some things you need to know when you're compounding paint. When you I tell people all the time, put pressure, but don't always use pressure. Putting pressure is going to add heat, and it's going to induce marring more. So some paints can actually, when you compound, usually it'll leave ticks around. So what happens is when you add pressure, it's going to build up heat. So the technique I like to do is just use pressure, go easy, use pressure, go easy. I'm not like a type of like cross pattern hatch guy, because I don't believe in, like, if you go outside and you're mowing your lawn, you're not gonna mow the same parts over and over. That's the same thing with paint. Why would you want to take off, excess paint over and over and over and over? So here, what we're gonna do, my technique is to just come in here and do what we need to. So we want to work where we need to. We're gonna work on speed, usually compounds like speed 4, but come in here and I'm gonna show you guys exactly what we're gonna do. Now you don't have to spread it in, but here is where that little etching is. So we're gonna change up the pressure, and then when you put a lot of pressure, you also want to work faster arm speed, because what's gonna happen is if you use a lot of pressure and you're using slow arm speed, you're gonna get a lot of heat. And I generally don't like to get paint like hotter than 100 degrees, because what can happen is something called paint slowing. It'll actually make it look like the scratches are gone. But they'll actually come back in like a week or two, or any given time. So that's why you want to make sure you stay away from heat. And also, if it gets too hot, you can also burn through paint. Doesn't matter if you're using a rotary, doesn't matter if you're using a DA, you can create too much heat to burn through it. So let's start on speed 4 and get this little thing removed. Again, if you're paying this attention to one area, you need to move faster, because like I said, we're not working in a big area and we don't want to create heat. I like to actually touch the panel and feel if there's heat going on. Work this thing until it turns clear. If you feel it start to get really hot, just turn off the machine. We're going to check for heat. It's starting to get a little bit hot, so we're going to up the speed. Again, we do not want to incorporate heat too much. And it shouldn't take a lot to get out. We're going to stop the machine while it's on, and we're going to buff off. And as you can see, that spot is gone. See how it left out the oxidation? It's actually nice and black now. Again, all paint is not going to finish out like this. It depends on if paint is soft or hard. But the other point I wanted to show you is there's questions, guys. It's like, well, what happens if you don't clay your paint? This is what's going to happen. Take a look at the machine. You can see all of that brown and black. So what's actually going to happen, those contaminants that are on the paint are actually going to go into the pad, and that's going to affect your finish. It's not going to like blow through your paint or anything like crazy like that, but again, it's going to affect your finish. Not really that it matters on microfiber cutting pads. It's going to deteriorate your pads, but I mean, you're not going to get a perfect finish from cutting on a microfiber cutting pad anyways. So if you want to make sure that you keep your pads going long term in the future, you got to make sure that you guys are cleaning out your pads. And the way you clean out your pad is, you're just going to come over here. Again, I'm doing it in front of the car, but don't do it in front of the car. If you don't have a compressor or something to blow it out, I usually work on speed 1 or 1.5, and I have a nylon brush here. And you can either go like this with the pad, because once you're done cutting, you got to make sure that these are still up. So if they're not up, they're not working for you. The reason why microfiber cuts is because it actually grabs the panel. If you guys are used to using a microfiber towel, if you rub it against the surface, it actually grabs the surface of the paint. That's why it's so good at cutting. But again, it does create a lot of heat. So that's how we get the fibers to stand back up. To actually clean it out, to get the dust out, what we're gonna do is turn it on speed 1, and I'm gonna run the machine and then use the brush. Again, you gotta be careful of your fingers. If you guys don't feel comfortable doing it, you're gonna have to get a compressor or something, but it's not too dangerous, and do this at your own risk. We're gonna come in here, turn on the machine, and we're gonna run this through a couple times until you see the dust start coming out. When you think most of the dust is out, you're not going to get everything. You don't have to worry about getting every little speck of dust out, but that's going to clean out the pad, and then you're free to start working on the next section. So make sure you guys clean out the pad every time you're done, and then like I said, just continue to work small spots, and just don't make it perfect. I mean, a microfiber cutting pad is not going to finish out perfectly. Most of the time, it's, we're compounding, so we're gonna go to the next step and polish. I hope you guys enjoyed this tip. Make sure you guys check out our website, SudzBox.com. If you have questions, check out support@SudzBox.com. Send us an email. My name is Jesse, I'm the founder of SudzBox. Thanks, guys.